Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's groundbreaking ceremony for Building 2 here at the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park in Egg Harbor Township. My name is Mark Lobin. I'm the chairperson of the Board of Directors of the NARTP. It's my honor to do the introductions today. And to start us off, I'd like to thank our Atlantic County Institute of Technology students and staff who have provided us with their color guard today. Thanks to Superintendent Phil Gunther and the rest of his staff there. I'd also like to mention that the ACIT Aviation Program, which has been well established and actually holds classes here at a NARTP building, is represented with us. I'd like to recognize the aviation students and their staff of instructors that are with us today. Thanks for being here. As many of you know, Governor Murphy was unable to attend today due to other commitments, but he asked that we read a letter to the gathering on the occasion of the groundbreaking from him. October 12th, 2023. Dear friends, on behalf of the state of New Jersey, I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to all those gathered for the groundbreaking ceremony of the second building at the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park in Egg Harbor Township. The NARTP is dedicated to creating a space where multiple organizations can come together and establish meaningful partnerships to further the advancement of aerospace sciences and aviation technologies around the globe. As governor, I commend the NARTP for its extraordinary work, and I join your partners, family, and friends in congratulating you on this remarkable milestone. Best wishes for a memorable event, and best of luck with this new building. My very best. Philip D. Murphy, Governor. It's my honor to be on the dais today with several VIPs and people that have been instrumental in the development of the NARTP over the past several years. I'd like to recognize them now for all of you, but I ask you to hold your applause until I've introduced everyone, and then we'll give one big round of applause. Atlantic County Executive Dennis Levinson, FAA Technical Center Director Shelley Yack, Mackenzie Belling, South Jersey Director for U.S. Senator Cory Booker, State Senator Vince Palestina, Assemblyman Don Guardian, Assemblywoman Claire Swift, County Commissioner Chairman John Risley, former Congressman Frank Lobiondo, former State Assemblyman and NARTP Board Chair Dr. Ed Salmon, NARTP President Howard Kyle, ACEA President Lauren Moore, ACEA Board Chairwoman Brett Maddock, ACIA Executive Director Tim Edmonds, ACIA Board Chairman Roy Foster, Leo Schaffer, Schaffer Enterprises, and ACEA Board Chair Emeritus. Mayor of Egg Harbor Township, Laura Fromer. We also have Alex Marino from Stockton University, representing President of Stockton University, Bertolino. Thank you all for being here and joining us today. To all of you in the audience, we appreciate you joining us for this occasion today. I'd like to note that this is much more than just a groundbreaking of a new office building. This is really the development of an aviation innovation hub. You may know that the NARTP is part of the state's only officially recognized aviation innovation hub, along with the William J. Hughes FAA Technical Center, as well as the Atlantic City International Airport. We're now extending that innovation ecosystem to other areas in the region, including the Joint Base McGuire-Dix Lakehurst, Cape May Airport, Cape May County, and all the way over to Dover Air Force Base with our various academic, military, government, and corporate partners. This really shows that the NARTP has come a long way in a relatively short amount of time, and that is thanks to the efforts of so many of these folks seated behind me, and those of us also attending today. That brings me to the introduction of our speakers today. The first speaker is Dennis Levinson, And I'd like to think that we all understand his contributions to this building. If you live in the area, you know that he's been a proponent of the NARTP for a long time, and he really is the one individual singularly responsible for getting the NARTP to where we are today. Without his guarantees of funding through the county for our Building 1 and the guarantees of any cost overruns that we might encounter on Building 2, we would not be able to progress at the way we are. So I'm very happy to introduce County Executive Dennis Levinson.
Thank you, General. I do appreciate it. And let me just give you the genesis very quickly. For years and years, we've talked about diversifying our economy. It was all tourism, and it was tourism and gaming. And what did it do for our economy? Well, a lot, but not enough. And the idea that we thought about was, we have an underutilized international airport here in Egg Harbor Township, and we have the premier testing facility in the world. Why not try to tie this up? And as many as you know, the two great exports we have in this country are movies and aviation. Well, we figured movies are not going to be a good idea. How about aviation? Well, what can we do? Out of nothing. So when we got this thought, Howard Kyle and I met with Frank Lobiondo, and we explained what we thought the future would be. And Frank very quietly got us $6 million for the infrastructure of the first building. And we broke ground on the building. And I remember, I see Michelle Post here, the reporter, after we broke ground, she said, who are the tenants? And I said, we don't have any. And she said, well, who are your tentative tenants? We don't have any of them either, Michelle. She said, what is it, build it and they'll come? No, we're going to build it and they're going to want to come. So we now have tenants, the FAA, NASA, General Dynamics, Wolpert, Thunderbolt, the top corporations in aviation in the world. We spoke to Embry-Riddle, the top aeronautical university in the world, asked them for their ideas. And of course, we capitalized on it. And even those that said it can't possibly work, who's going to want to come here? The area is a bit depressed. The taxes are high. Well, we're going to make them want to come here. And that's what we did. Now, as the General said, we're not just dedicating a building. We are building an industry, a future for our area, for our children, our grandchildren, with good, solid paying jobs. But it's like herding, cats, getting all the organizations together. One example, we want an area for air cargo, which we know is the future. We didn't have a spot. So we do have a bird sanctuary near the airport. Please don't ask me why there's a bird sanctuary near an airport, because I can't answer it. But there shouldn't have been there, and right now there isn't. That is going to be a huge area for air cargo. We've taken our top high school in the county, the ACIT, the Atlanta County Institute of Technology, and we changed their curriculum around. So we have an educated workforce. And the same thing at Atlanta Community College. We want to train people. We want them to stay here. We love this area, and we want to make it better. Well, next step, where are we going to get the money? Vince Palestina. Vince, what can you do? Well, to do the best I can. We're just, he's going to close out. We're going to get close to $6 million for the second building. And that's hard work, going to Trenton and getting people to agree. It's give and take. But it's happening. Everybody is coming together. Cory Booker, Senator Booker is very interested in it. There's a few million that we have earmarked. Van Drew, working hard in Congress. So we have people pulling in the right direction. And they're not just pulling for us. They're pulling for the future of this country. What we're going to do here, they will remember forever. And it did take a lot of effort, by the way. Just getting that bird sanctuary, it took us 5 years between permitting and doing everything you have to do. Welcome to New Jersey. Not knocking it, we want them to be careful. But that's the way progress is, and not just here. So, with that said, I want to thank you all so very, very much, especially those that believed in us from the beginning, that this was something that we could all look at and be proud of. And before I step down, I just think it would be fitting and proper. John Risley, come up, please. I want John to lead us in a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance to this great country.
Let us have a moment of silence. We know what's going on in the world today, so please join with me in our prayers for the world. Thank you. Now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag behind us. Behind us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One more shout out. Leo Chauffeur is here to show you how much people believe in it. Here's a guy that has always put his money, and by the way, he's got plenty. Where is Malcolm? He's going to build a 300-room hotel with a convention center. He believes in Atlantic County. He believes in the future, and he believes in this country. So I know you're going to be coming up to speak, Leo. I just wanted to put that in. And by the way, can you let me?
Thank you, Executive Levinson. Our next speaker is the director of our local Federal Aviation Administration Technical Center here at Atlantic City International Airport. As you know, you may know, the property that we're on right now is actually leased from the FAA. Through the efforts of Director Yak and others, we've been able to secure this lease for the NARTP in a way that is advantageous to all parties and allows us to develop at the rate that allows us to function as a nonprofit. Just a reminder, this isn't a for-profit enterprise. This is something we're doing in order to provide services that will eventually help us, as County Executive Levinson mentioned, building the future economy in our region. So we're very thankful to the FAA for their partnership. They've been great partners along the way. I'd like to introduce Director Shelley Yak.
Good morning. What a beautiful day to have a groundbreaking. Isn't it? It's a gorgeous day. Yes, I'm the director of the FAA William J. Hughes Technical Center, a place where research, development, testing, and evaluation of aviation solutions occur. The groundbreaking of the second building in the National Aerospace Research and Technology Research Park is indeed exciting. Let me be square with you. I'm going down history too. This was a goal, a dream, a vision for 4 directors. Ann Harlan is in the audience. 4 directors ago said, you know, we need to do this. We had an idea. We thought that this land would best be used to complement the work that we do at the Technical Center. So you cannot believe how pleased I was as the current director when the first building groundbreaking occurred for the Aviation Research and Technology Park in Atlantic County. And honestly, I was happy with that. I was just so happy we had the first building done. And I knew tenants were going to come. Because I also knew that we were there. And we were going to bring our friends, like NASA and others. And folks like to follow the money. and we do have some money in our pocket. So I had faith that the first building would be filled, just like Denny and the rest did. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am that we're actually on building number 2 so quickly 5 years later. It's exceeded my expectation. I just now will gently remind you, there's 4 more lots. Just saying. But here we are today, 5 years later, with the second building being built and a waiting list of tenants. But there's more. The National Aerospace Research and Technology Park, which is their name today, in Atlantic County, in the state of New Jersey, has successfully coalesced government leadership across the local, state, and House and Senate levels to be strong partners and advocates for this research park and the important work that they are doing. And look at the panel behind me. It takes a village to get things done like this. You see, the aviation industry is what I would say is in the midst of a third revolution. The first began with flight itself, with the Wright brothers. The second revolution came about during World War II with the invention of the jet engine, which is how we fly today. And we're embarking on a third revolution. And that's more like the cartoon The Jetsons, for those that remember that. We're going to be introducing flying taxis to possibly take us from casino to casino rooftop in Atlantic City. We're going to have electric aircraft, not just turbine gas. We're going to have UAS, or unmanned aircraft systems, delivering packages to your porch step. And you may decide to take your winter vacation in commercial space and space sometime. Wow. All that work are great examples of what the research park of today and in the future are going to be doing and embarking on. The research park, with its partners and its prime location, in case you didn't know this, in Atlantic County, New Jersey, and of course, within close proximity of the Atlantic City International Airport, great test bed for these technologies, and with the FAA William J. Hughes Technical Center, who are part of this revolution and are poised to harness the positive economic impact and possibilities of aviation. I and the employees of the William J. Hughes Technical Center are proud to celebrate and acknowledge the park's accomplishments over the past 5 years. And we're going to be with you during the next step with the second building and to continue our collaboration with the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park. Congratulations.
Thank you, Shelley. That was wonderful. We're very, very lucky today to have one of the staff members from United States Senator Cory Booker's office. She's the South Jersey Director for Senator Booker, Mackenzie Belling.
Good morning, everyone. Senator Booker unfortunately couldn't make it here in person himself today, but he wanted to make sure to recognize this very exciting occasion. So he sent a letter, and I'll be reading the letter now. Dear friends, it is a pleasure to extend my warmest greetings and congratulations as you gather for the groundbreaking ceremony for the second building of the National Aerospace Research and Technology Park. The NARTP is playing a critical role in strengthening the regional economy by making South Jersey a national hub for the aerospace industry. Last year, I secured over $2 million of federal funding through congressionally directed spending to be used by NARTP for the cutting-edge research they're undertaking through the Airfield Autonomy Initiative. Additionally, I was proud to help secure federal funding from the US EDA to be used towards the construction of the building we break ground for today. I look forward to continuing to collaborate with NARTP and the many dedicated local stakeholders that contribute to the achievements of this organization. Once again, congratulations. I look forward to your continued success. Sincerely, Cory A. Booker, United States Senator.
Thank you, Mackenzie, and please thank the Senator for representing his office with your presence here today. We really appreciate the letter and you being here. So our congressional delegation is so important to the future of our park here, and we've been working with them closely over the years, and this letter is an example of the cooperation and the support that we have encountered. We're also lucky to have a representative from Congressman Van Drew's office today, and I believe we have a video from Congressman Van Drew. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead with the
Welcome to the
video.
groundbreaking of the National Aviation Research and Technology Park's newest building. This project will bring in new businesses, create high-paying jobs, and expand South Jersey's aviation economy. This is a great time to invest in South Jersey aviation. This Congress, we are writing the William J. Hughes FAA Technical Center into the United States Code. The Technical Center will be permanently in South Jersey. We are also bringing new programs to the Tech Center. These programs establish our community as the entry point for all private aviation technology proposals. There will be no better place in the country for businesses to work with the federal government. There's never been a better time to invest in South Jersey aviation than today. I invite you to join us in building a stronger, more prosperous South Jersey. I apologize for not being with you today. I normally would be, but I am where I belong at this moment in history, which is in the United States Congress. God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you to Congressman Van Drew for that video, and to his staff for making sure that we were able to see it today. I know that's a lot of technical work to make sure that all happens, so thank you so much. We're also very lucky to have with us our state senator, Vince Palestina. Senator Palestina has been absolutely critical in supporting the NARTP over the past many years, and he helped us secure more than $5 million to support construction as we go forward. So we're very appreciative of the relationship we have built with Senator Palestina, Senator Vince Palestina.
Thanks, General. Just got to figure out who planned that right when I was about to speak. Of course, a very proud day for me. Denny told you, they had the first building here, and I was a brand new Republican in a Democratic administration and a Democratic legislature, and they came to me and said, we need some help. I said, Republican in a completely Democratic state, what do I do with this? But I think you've seen, we don't focus on party down here in Atlantic County. We focus on getting things done, and so we were able to navigate the state budget process, and want to thank Governor Murphy and Senate President Scutari and Chief of Staff George Helmy. Nobody does this by themselves, as you heard, for their support of this. Last year's budget, we were able to get additional money for the second building, and we are actively working on the balance of the funding. I know Denny mentioned with EDA, we had a Zoom with them yesterday. Very good Zoom. We're close. I think one of the things you have seen in Trenton is that gotten a reputation for not caring about party and being a little relentless. So we are going to get this done, get the balance of the funding. We are very, very close. And fortunately, I think I was quick on the uptake for this. Been here my entire life. When you look around South Jersey, as you've heard, we were so dependent on tourism. We didn't really have a whole lot else going on. But what do we have? We've got an underutilized airport. We got the FAA. We got the 177th Fighter Wing. We got the Coast Guard. We got the Air Marshals. We have so many things that are aviation related here that allow us to do things like this, to diversify the economy. This is a no-brainer, and this is going to really pivot our entire South Jersey economy to diversification, to additional opportunity, which is, of course, we are all about. So I want to thank everyone who has been involved in this. Of course, Don Guardy and Claire Swift have been really good partners. And I want to thank all of you for being here, because I think what you see here is emblematic of what we have tried to bring, the message we have tried to bring to Trenton. We have Stockton University, we have Michael Charlton and Matt Levinson from Atlantic Care, we have people from government, from SJTA, we have people in the trades who are our partners in all of this. Atlantic County has always been about Atlantic County, and we have changed the focus in Trenton to being back about Atlantic County again. We have gotten investments into these entities to really diversify this economy, to build the pillars of education and medical, aviation, never losing focus on our tourism economy. There are so many people who got this started. I'm just happy to be a part of it and hopefully carry the ball with the second building and on into the future. So thank you very much to everyone who's been a part of this. Thank you very much for the opportunity to do this job, and a huge shout out to Patsy Levinson, who's one of my favorite people in the world. Thank you.
Okay, great comments there, and I think you might be starting to notice a little bit of a theme that I think we've all heard, is that it takes partners, a team, a village. This is about bringing in other parties and letting them see what we're trying to build here, and then bringing them on and getting their support so that we can move forward. And I think Senator Palestino really encapsulated that so well, and he's a great example of a great partner for NARTP. Another great partner for NARTP is the Atlantic County Economic Alliance, which shares our office space here on the first floor of Building 1. And the two organizations, NARTP and ACEA, work hand in hand in developing this aviation innovation hub here in Atlantic County and South Jersey. We're very lucky to have the chairperson of the board of directors of the ACA with us today, Chairwoman Brett Maddock.
Shelley said it best when she said beautiful day. It is a spectacular day here in South Jersey. And although I have the honor of speaking today, we have so many amazing people who have helped us along the way, especially our board members. And I see many of you out in the audience. So I just want to say thank you to our board, who has been a great support for the past, I don't know how long we've been here, 7 years to get this going. So this is definitely a day to celebrate and a long time in the making. In 2022, we gave ourselves a huge challenge. And today, we are delivering on that challenge. And we're going vertical, and we couldn't be happier. Not only are we going vertical with the building, but as Shelley said, we're going vertical with our flight. There are so many to thank, including everyone on the dais behind me. But first, I just want to acknowledge a few who spoke before me. County Executive Dennis Levinson, FAA Technical Center Director Shelley Yack, Mackenzie Belling from Senator Cory Booker's office, and State Senator Vince Palestina. How great is it to see everyone in our audience today? Look what we can accomplish when our state, county, and federal officials work together with a unified purpose and vision. We are building infrastructure for new, high-tech jobs while bringing opportunity and desperately needed economic diversification to Atlantic County and southern New Jersey. Thank you to County Executive Dennis Levinson, Director Yack, Mackenzie, and Senator Palestino. You're truly outstanding partners in this. My sincere thanks to also all of the other VIPs, elected officials, mayors, and legislators attending this morning. We appreciate everyone's enthusiastic support. So on to today, those who are working day in and day out to make a difference and grow our regional economy. I am very proud of our development team for building number 2, the NARTP under Howard Kyle's thoughtful leadership, the Atlantic County Improvement Authority under the direction of Tim Edmonds, who will be managing this construction project, and of course to the ACEA under Lauren Moore's steadfast and exceptional guidance. Thank you, Howard, Tim, and Lauren. We wouldn't be here today without your incredible perseverance, dedication to our mission. We need you more than ever to make this building rise from the ground and work to attract new aviation research and development activity to Atlantic County. With those thanks and acknowledgments complete, it's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. He is a mentor, someone who, I will say, I don't want to say roped me into being here, but when Leo calls and says, would you like to be involved in something new? You don't say no, you say, how can I help? He's a mentor. We tap into his expert knowledge of development. We listen carefully to his sage advice, and now he's bringing us millions of dollars in additional private sector investment, new jobs, new facilities to support the continued growth of our aviation ecosystem. He's also Chairman Emeritus of the ACA Board of Directors, and he's a highly respected member of our Atlantic County business community. It is my honor to introduce you to Leo Schofer, who wants to tell us about his latest project, which came about as a direct result of the development at the NARTP and the surrounding Aviation Innovation Hub. Again, thank you all for joining us today, and here's Leo.
Bigger stage next time, Lauren.
Thank you, Brett, for those kind words. And more importantly, thank you, Brett, for your years of leadership as the chairwoman of the Atlantic County Economic Alliance. You've truly been doing a remarkable job. Good morning, everyone, and maybe I should say welcome to beautiful downtown Egg Harbor Township. We're glad you could join us. Let me tell you from my perspective as a private developer why I think this is such an important occasion. It's because when you break ground for the first building, it means that you have a vision, that you have a plan. But when you break ground for the second building, it means that your plan is coming to fruition and you're succeeding. This park and what's happening around us is a success story for our community. For over 40 years, this community has asked, how can the Atlantic City Airport and the FAA be a more impactful part of our regional economy? There were committees set up for that, there were task forces, but we never did it. Well, perhaps with a thriving tourism business, there wasn't enough impetus to find an answer for those questions. Well, as Denny Levinson has mentioned earlier, things do change. And in 2015, Executive Levinson undertook the creation of a new economic development strategy and action plan for this community. Before the year was done, the plan was completed. The plan included a list of target industries, and guess what? First and foremost on the list was aerospace and aviation, the number one balance of trade item and commodity in the United States economy. The plan then provided for an implementation method, and guess what? First and foremost was the creation of a regional economic development corporation. The county not only created this corporation, but gave it the financing and independence it needed to succeed. The Economic Development Corporation, this Economic Development Corporation, and more importantly with the elected officials that we have here today, and together with the leadership of the NARTP and the Atlantic County Improvement Authority, have all brought us here to this milestone. Today's groundbreaking not only gives a shot in the arm for the public sector, but it's highly important as well for the private sector. The expansion of our aviation industry will have a significant spin-off effect, not only in this corridor and the area around the airport, but throughout the county and the region. It will bring varied employment opportunities and attract the private investment necessary to bring the new services and facilities that are needed to support this aviation industry. In 2024, we plan on breaking ground on the first phase of our development, the Airport Business Park at the corner of Delilah and Westcote Roads. Phase 1 will include what we hope will be an airport hotel. But the development will include other things. It will include pad sites for the convenience of the area. It will include space for hopefully additional hotels that may be necessary and we hope are necessary to serve this growing industry. It proposes a conference center for the area, and it also proposes additional flex space. So all of that together will enable the public sector to benefit from the work being done by the public sector here in our community. We believe that this development will be followed by much, much more private sector investment that will build on the foundation of a booming and regional aviation industry that we mark today. Thank you very much.
Be careful there. As Senator Palestina said, we might need to get a bigger stage, or we'll have to ask for VIPs with shorter legs next time. But thank you for those comments, Mr. Schofer. We really appreciate it. Before we go on to the next demonstration, I'd like to thank all of our speakers, and I'd also like to personally thank a couple of people that are here today that have been instrumental in enabling me and the board of directors here at the NARTP over the past few years to get us to this point. The first being Dr. Ed Salmon, one of my predecessors as chairman of the board. Thanks again for all your efforts. And our board vice chairman, she was already recognized, Dr. Ann Harlan in the audience. Thank you. Our board members that are present today, thank you to all of you, and also to the folks that really work behind the scenes. I can't mention them all today. Some of them have been recognized, but I want to point out the extraordinary efforts of our president of NARTP, Howard Kyle, and the president of the ACEA, Lauren Moore. They're both amazing.